The bottom line about Porter, though, is she's upset about being locked out, and she's essentially saying, oh, California should have a woman representing it, because it has for a quarter century. But interestingly, if you look at the polls, Schiff is doing better among women voters. So kind of a hollow argument on her part.
Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Bedford, and I'm here with magazine editor David Mark. David, the Senate race in California is underway, but potentially almost over, because Congresswoman Katie Porter is apparently not faring so well in the primary against Congressman Adam Schiff. Walk us through what's going on there.
Right. This is basically an open seat, filling the one that the late Senator Dianne Feinstein, Democrat, held for 30-plus years. Congressman Schiff is the leading candidate. He's kind of a bête noir of Republicans. They don't like him for his anti-Trump impeachment efforts, whatever. But he's pretty well received in California. His main opponent was supposed to be Congresswoman Katie Porter, who's from Orange County. She flipped a district back in 2018 that was long Republican. She's famous for, in congressional hearings, going after bankers and other financial services executives, kind of yelling at them. But she hasn't done so well statewide, so it looks like the top two finishers are going to be Schiff and former Major League Baseball player Steve Garvey, who played for the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Diego Padres back in the Reagan era and even before that. So,
wow.
Yeah, so some residual
up
name
there in years,
recognition. Then. The bottom line about Porter, though, is she's upset about being locked out, and she's essentially saying, oh, California should have a woman representing it, because it has for a quarter century. But interestingly, if you look at the polls, Schiff is doing better among women voters. So kind of a hollow argument on her part.
California has been experiencing in some of the cities what appears to be some blowback to some of the very progressive, especially local policies. Is the Democratic primary shaping up to be a race to the left, or is it a little more nuanced than that? Because Adam Schiff doesn't come to mind. When you think of progressive, you think of the squad. He's not someone who necessarily comes to mind. There's
actually another Democratic House member that's in the race, Barbara Lee of Oakland, one of the most liberal districts, if not the most bluest district in the country. So she's kind of getting a lot of that far left support, and Katie Porter is sort of left somewhere in the middle there, where like some of the progressives like her, some mainstream Democrats, but for whatever reason, she just hasn't caught on.
Not to put you on the spot here, but tell us about some of the other Senate races that right now are catching your eye.
Well, the two most important ones in terms of Senate control are Ohio and Montana. Democrats, of course, now enjoy what's effectively a 51-49 split. So to have any chance of holding on to the majority, they have to hold on to these seats. And these are seats that are almost certainly going to go Republican, assuming Donald Trump is the GOP nominee, or really anybody else. But in Montana, you have Senator John Tester, longtime Democrat. In Ohio, Senator Sherrod Brown. They've both won multiple statewide races, so they're making a game out of it. And those are the two that I really have an eye on. There's some others in Nevada, maybe Pennsylvania. There's a couple of Democrats are targeting, like Ted Cruz in Texas, Rick Scott in Florida, but those seem like real long shots unless something really surprising happens.
Have the Democrats just given up on trying to defend West Virginia? They just sort of expected that this is a throwaway, not even worth defending now that Joe Manchin's not running?
Yeah, they won't say it that way, but if they're voting with their feet, you look where they're spending money or not spending money in West Virginia. That's why Joe Manchin chose not to run again, because he knew he was likely to lose that race. That was Trump's second best state in 2020.
Really?
Yeah, behind Wyoming. Trump won, to do this off the top of my head, but I think Trump won 68 to 30. 30% for Joe Biden.
Wow.
68% for Trump.
Pretty big route.
30% for Joe Biden. So even if the Democrats, quote unquote, improve there, they're still going to lose by a 2-to-1 margin. So Manchin, I think, was smart to step back on that one.
Well, David, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
You can get more writing from David and the rest of the political team at washingtonexaminer.com.